I think we need to give our former selves credit, even if we're like, I've reached the limit of the usefulness of this closed heart, say, right? But I'm also going to give my younger self credit for the fact that they did the best that they could and they figured out a way to function so that they could cope with life at that time.
Right.
A coping strategy is to close your heart when it feels too painful. You've been too disappointed. You've been too hurt. You got to give yourself that kindness and that grace for the fact that you made that choice. And now you can also give yourself the gift of setting an intention of, but I'm actually ready. I'm actually ready to open my heart. I'm actually ready to experience a deeper, a higher level of love than I ever have before, right? I'm ready to be more vulnerable. And that takes courage. So what can I start to do? Like, what steps can I take? And this is another thing about centering love in your life holistically, rather than just, I'm going to expect romantic love to come along and now I'm going to like be open-hearted and I'm going to be vulnerable. It's like, no, how can you start to practice that in every way, right? What does that look like? How can you be more forgiving? How can you be more, this is a really basic example I give in the book, but it's like, even when people are like, oh, how are you doing, Brandon? You're like, fine. Hold on a second. You know, can you start to say, well, actually, I've been having kind of a rough time lately, or actually, I've been having a great time lately. Yeah. So it's not like it's all bad being vulnerable. Right. There's vulnerability in sharing the good as well. And so even just like giving yourself that, noticing all those opportunities you have to start to be a little bit more vulnerable, to start to be a little bit more giving, to notice where you're being unforgiving and starting to challenge yourself. Like, am I willing to forgive? Am I willing to release this? It's like those baby steps. They matter so much, because into those little, cracks of possibility, like so much can come through,